Hi there, I'm Jodi. This is my Stamp with Jodi YouTube channel, and this is the Great North American Stampin' Show. This is episode 12 of season 6. This is our last episode for this season. We'll start up again in January with season 7. And by the way, we would love to know from you, what would you like to see us do in season 7? We have some ideas, but we'd love to get some feedback from you in the next couple of weeks to help us make decisions on what we want to have our themes or focus be for season 7. So go ahead and comment. Let us know what you think. Now, before we wrap up this season, we wanted to once again highlight our Christmas retreat in a box because it was so stinking cool. It was super popular. People loved getting the full kit and the tutorial. And so I just really quickly wanted to show you those projects again because you can still get your hands on that tutorial. And whether you want to make our cute little Christmas projects or use it for any occasion, that tutorial is a great resource for you. So check out the link so that you see how you get your hands on that. So this is the stack of boxes with the tag that we made. We made this adorable mini album. It's got the belly band, and then inside it is just full of different pages that you can add photos, gift cards, quotes, anything you want. And then we did 8 awesome quick and creative cards. All the measurements, all the instructions, supply list, photos, everything is included in that awesome tutorial. And we would love to share that with you still. So like I said, just check the links and you can find out how to get your hands on it. Speaking of retreats, we've got another one in the works. We are doing another retreat in January called the Simply Lovely Retreat in a Box. We've got some fun things planned already, and we'll nail down all the details and share those with you next month in December. So be sure to stay tuned for that and make sure you get registered as soon as we release that link. So today we've got about an hour of creative inspiration. Let's get started. We are using the templates on page 14 in the mini catalog as our inspiration, and we specifically decided to choose from these 5 card templates here. So I wasn't sure which one I wanted to go with because I thought they all looked pretty fun, but I landed on this one right here. So this is what we are using tonight for the inspiration for the quick and creative card I'm about to show you. So I am starting with a piece of very vanilla cardstock. All the measurements are right here in the description, so you can check those out. I'm using a giant background stamp. This is a new one called Lasting Linen, and I'm using Petal Pink ink. So I'm just going to set this, the photopolymer stamp side up, and just take my ink pad and tap it on this way. It's really hard to hold a stamp this big, and so just setting it face up just makes it much easier. Now, before I set my cardstock on there, I'm going to go over with the scrap paper and just give it a light rub so that some of the ink comes off over here. And then I'll set the paper, the vanilla cardstock on, and again, cover it with my scrap paper. And that just keeps my fingers clean because I can rub right over the cardstock. Like I feel the groove right here. So this is just the stamp with the ink around the edges. And then if I didn't have this, my fingers would be full of ink. So this just helps me get a good consistent rub on that without making a mess. And so now I have this lighter look with the Petal Pink. It's kind of hard to compare. Let me see if I can scoot this. Yeah, it's kind of hard to compare in here, but it looked just a little softer. I don't want the background to be the focal point, and so by stamping some off first, it just lightened up that background to just have it kind of blend in a little bit more, which is the look that I'm going for. Okay, that's all I need Petal Pink ink for. So, oh, no it isn't. No it isn't. I forgot. I want to take a blending brush and just do some random sponging in a few places. So I kind of start off of the edge and just pull the ink onto the background. And again, it's just to kind of soften that background layer. Now, before we attach this to another layer and eventually the card base, I'm going to wrinkle it up. I know I've done this before in some of these episodes, And hopefully you're on board with it. Some people I know get super stressed out by this. It's all okay. I'm just breaking some of the fibers in the paper, giving it a little bit of a more dimensional texture in addition to that lasting linen background stamp. You might tear the cardstock a little bit, and that's perfectly fine. If you want to flatten it out a little, just go over it with your bone folder, but you can still see those lines and textures, which is the look that I'm going for. I'm going to take my adhesive and go around the entire perimeter just because it's kind of bumpy and not flat, so I want to make sure that it sticks well. I'm adding this to a layer of Petal Pink cardstock, and I'll just get that kind of centered and then push it out from the middle. And you can see there's quite a bit of texture on there still. My card base is very vanilla, and so I will go ahead. I like using the bone folder to help me get a nice fold on that crease in the card base so that it lays nice and flat. Now these layers will go right on the front. Oops, preferably a little bit straighter. All right, there we go. And now, if you remember in that sample, there were a lot of squares. And so I went ahead and cut 5 squares. Where are they all? This is from the Brushed with Beauty designer paper. This is a new product. I absolutely love the color combinations, the textures in the paper. It's really, really pretty. So I will go ahead and start building that little tower of squares. So I'm just kind of centering this left and right and leaving, oh gosh, maybe a centimeter-ish on the top. And then let's do this one. And I'll just bring it over here, angle it a little bit. Then this one has some tone on tone with that Petal Pink, another just texture layer. And we'll do this one maybe here. There's no right or wrong with building your little tower. It's just a really great way to showcase the different designer papers in a particular package. And then this one has the most color on it. And so I left that intentionally for the bottom because I feel like that's what you're going to see the most of. So I'll put this one right here, trying to keep the distance here and here about the same. Like I said, no right or wrong. So I've got the square little tower, just like that template. Let me pull it back in one more time. Just like the template showed right here, we're doing that same thing on here. Now, I'm going to use another new stamp set. It's called Banner Sayings, and there's a little happy birthday in that set. And I'm going to stamp that with pecan pie, and then I'm going to use a new banner punch to pop that out. This banner punch is pretty cool because it's like 3-in-1. So you've got these 3 different size little banners in one punch, and I think that's really fun. I want it to go this way, so I'll just set it in there. I always hold my punch upside down so I can see exactly where it's going, and then we will add this greeting right down here. Now before I do that, I'm going to pull in some linen thread. I'd probably cut too much sometimes, but I'd rather have extra than not enough. And I'll go ahead and set some adhesive right on the bottom there. This is going to go over it, so it doesn't matter that it looks like it's going to be all exposed right now. So I'll go ahead and just kind of loop this. I press it into that adhesive each time and trim my extra. And then I'll put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of the little banner. And we'll add this right over the linen thread. So we'll just kind of pull that up. Okay. Might trim just a little bit more here. There. Okay, and then the very last thing are some new gems. So we had the new background stamp, the new greetings with the banner punch, and then these are called Pearls of Beauty. And I'm just going to pull in a few of these and add them to the card kind of right around the greeting, which is the focal point area. So just right down here. That is it. That is how quick this card is. I love it for its simplicity, using some new products, showing off the gorgeous designer paper. So this is a super quick and creative card that you can duplicate. Think about a Christmas card like this. Different little scraps of designer paper that you might have laying around. What a great way to use those with a fun design that's super easy to duplicate and mass produce. So I hope you enjoyed this episode and this whole season of the Great North American Stampin' Show. Be sure to click through, watch all the videos, cast your vote, and get ready to join us next year, 2026 in January for season 7 of the Great North American Stampin' Show. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.